Good evening, everybody. How's everybody going tonight? This is Scott Lindstrom, and you are again on the My Dream Team Hangout. And this is My Freedom Fridays. So I want to go ahead and welcome all our newcomers here and all of our guests. First of all, if you get an opportunity to, be sure to go ahead and share the link on over to somebody right now that is desperately in need of some great training, because we have a great guest on with us tonight. Now, just to set this whole thing up, I won't go into what MLSP is all about, but it just happens to be the largest online community of entrepreneurs. And what we are is the Dream Team, which is within MLSP. And we, as the team here that you see before you, are here for you. We're here to help guide you on your internet mission to go ahead and figure this thing out. It's called the internet. So with that, as usual, I have myself, my co-host and compadre, Miguel Fuentes. Miguel, how you doing tonight, bud?
I am exceptional. I am super fired up. I'm ready to talk to Kay. I'm ready to hear what this guy's going to share. I've been watching him just tear through the ranks lately inside of MLSP. He's like, sharing his like, I got 48,000 leads today kind of stuff, but that's not true. That's not an income claim either. But
yes. And with us always, we have Samantha Rodriguez. How you doing tonight, Samantha?
Great, thank you. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad you can hear me now.
Yes, yes, and you haven't fallen out of your chair yet, so everything's okay. And we'd like to go ahead and welcome to Kay Somji. Now, if you don't know who this gentleman is, you will shortly, because he is tearing it up in his business, and you might see his face all over the internet. He's going to share with us tonight some great tips and strategies that's going to help you in your business. So make sure that you're in a quiet place, that you have a notepad and pen ready. And without any further ado, Kay, how you doing tonight? Take us into this great journey.
Thanks very much for the fantastic intro, Scott. Doing great tonight. I'm really happy to be here, and like I said before, great to have a reunion with you guys. If anyone out there doesn't know, I met Miguel, Scott, and Samantha all last year at the Live the Dream event. And, you know, we were roommates along with Michael and Chris, so it was a packed house. And can't wait to see you guys again. It's going to be incredible. And, you know, thanks again for having me out tonight. And just so I don't miss anything out, I've got a little sheet here of stuff that I want to go over, because I did not want to miss anything out. Sound good?
love it. That was quite a time, wasn't it? Hanging out in Austin last year. Oh man, that was a good one.
Yeah, and we got some crazy stories, crazy results from that room. So, you know, the dream was really blowing up.
Absolutely. Like everybody that was a part of that cycle that just went and stayed in that room. If like there were 6 of us in that room,
yeah,
like, all packed in there, like into a can, like just it was crazy. It was fantastic and amazing. I think anybody who's watching this now, if you're serious about your business, you've probably done something like that, where you've either driven somewhere, done something crazy, split a room with some people, just yeah, it was a blast. I actually missed my flight home that Sunday night because I was at the event. I left the event, checked my phone, and I was like, oh my God, I missed my flight. So I ended up having to stay. Like I went to the airport to see if I could catch the last flight out, missed it, and ended up sleeping in the airport. But yeah, it was fun.
I bet that was more comfy than the hotel room.
I don't know, man. It was pretty cozy. I didn't mind. I mean, I think the snoring bothered some people, but nobody mentioned that. So what do you got, Kay? Tell us your story, man. For the people that don't know you here, like where you're from, how'd you get started, how'd you end up in here? Like how did you end up right here with us this evening?
Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to dive into that. So I've been in the network marketing industry since 2006, believe it or not. It's been, wow, it makes me feel old, man. It's been about 10 years now. So I started when I was in university. I was taking 2 degrees, working at the same time, and trying to do network marketing. So, you know, the time was already very limited. I had all the standard excuses, And obviously I did everything that my upline had told me. We've heard that before, and I'm no exception. I'd done the prospecting friends and family, strangers, flyers, putting things on car windshields. Man, I would even take girls out and then prospect them on products, on skincare. Not even joking you. I had no interest in them, but I would just prospect them the skincare. I had done everything under the sun. I'd done clipboards, I'd done, contests where we give stuff away in exchange to try and get leads. You name it, man, I've done it. And needless to say, I didn't enjoy it. It didn't get me anywhere. I did actually sign some people up, so it's not like I didn't. But the wrong people, everybody I signed up just quit on me. So I didn't really have the quality prospects I wanted. And I remember one night I was in university. Our computer lab was in the basement, and I was studying for a business. I think it was a business or a maths test the next day. It was almost midnight. It was like 11:30. Test the next day. Instead of studying, what am I doing? How to make money in network marketing. I'm how to build my business online. I'm just still going at it. So I came across magnetic sponsoring, went through that, and then I found my way into MLSP soon thereafter. Wasn't really, it was kind of a hard fit for me at the time with the 2 degrees and the job and everything. Came in and out of the system, but I always knew eventually at some point I'd come back. So that was just last year, shortly before Live the Dream. And you've seen from there, man. From there, I came out to Live the Dream, saw what was going on, and just saw what was in front of me, and it made it all the more real. So when people tell you, get to live events, get to the live event, okay? Like, it will change your biz, it will change your life, friendships, everything. So coming back from there, man, I've dived head first, really tried to find where I was going, played around with Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, blogging, videos, really, and now really honed in on what's working for me. So that's what I plan to share here tonight.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, I mean, you're blogging like mad right now, right?
Well, you know what? My blogging started back in, I believe, November. That's when I actually started blogging. I was part of a Blitz group, and I blogged probably 26 days out of that month. So that really set the tone for blogging, because once you've created that habit, man, I think on the 27th day when I didn't blog, it was like, I was crying. I couldn't. I think I was out somewhere. I was out with some friends, and I was like, man, I don't want to be here. I want to go home to my computer and blog. It was so weird. As all I wanted to do was go and blog. So once you've got that habit, it becomes really simple. So yeah, that's when I got my traction in blogging. And then now I've toned it down a bit. I still blog regularly, 2 to 4 times a week, maybe 3 to 4 times a week, but it's consistent. And I make the most of my blog posts. I don't just slap out a blog post that I'm not happy with. I make sure it's really got valuable content in there. I do some promotion on it, and I get some eyeballs on that thing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. For those people who don't know, I mean, you're using sites, aren't you, currently?
Yeah, that's right, Miguel.
Give us a bit of an overview of that. I mean, for like if somebody who's brand new here doesn't know exactly how to get started or where to start with blogging, like how would me as a person brand new day one start with blogging?
Okay, well, so I'll tell you about sites now to start with blogging. But first thing I want to say, I had a blog before sites. I didn't use it very much, but I had one. And as soon as I saw what sites had implemented, I didn't even wait for Jim Finale to, how he put out how you can transfer your blog over. I didn't even wait for that, man. I just canceled my blog. I just said, you know what, screw it. I'll just get a new one with sites because I couldn't wait to jump in. And obviously, being at Live the Dream last year, we got early access to sites. So, for anybody out there who doesn't know, Sites is MLSP's blogging platform, makes it super, super simple. You don't have to be techie. Everything is just drag and drop, and you can get spectacular looking blogs. On my old blog, I spent ages trying to get a picture here, or how to get it this size, or how to get it to link to here. and it took me sometimes hours to get things the way I wanted it. And sites, it's honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm cheating. It doesn't even seem fair having a blogging platform that literally it's, a 10-year-old could do it, man. It's just plug and play, drag and drop, scratch and sniff, that's it. It's plain and simple like that. So if you haven't checked out sites, there'll be somewhere on this page you can check out a test drive. I'll definitely recommend doing that because you also get a 10-day trial of sites in there as well. And you can have your blog up and running, no joke, within an hour, maximum 3 hours, a blog exactly what you want. So when I walk you through my blog, that was all created on sites. And I'll tell you what, guys, I spent only an hour setting up my blog. So despite the results I get, don't think I have the best blog out there or I've put hours and hours into it. In fact, there's so many things I still want to do with my blog. I just don't get the time because I have so many prospects to talk to.
That is awesome. Speaking of prospects, tell us a little bit about some of your results, because I know I've been seeing you just like, holy cow, you were L1. Then it felt like a week later you're like L2, and then you're like, hey guys, I got like 100 leads this week, or like some crazy amount of traffic going to your blog. So like, how has it been for you so far? Like, well, recently, obviously, this was something you built. You took the time. You started in November. You've been very consistent. You've been putting in the work that it takes to really get blogging off the ground. So just talk to us a little bit about like what goes into it there.
Yeah, so to go back to what you were saying about building on the results, right? So I hit L1 in March, L2 in April. So I think it was just about a 6-week gap. And yeah, building from there now. So when you've got that momentum, we always hear about the momentum, and sometimes we think, is it really right? Trust me, that's what you need to build on. And I'm still building on that momentum. I'm not going to let it die down. So I'm still just building on that, letting the snowball roll. And yeah, so I put the work in behind the scenes on the blog, but you got to remember, it sometimes takes a while to figure things out. I didn't really know what I was doing, right? I was still, and I'll show you on some of my posts that I'm going to pull up. It takes a bit of time to know what you're doing. You're writing a blog. It takes a bit of time to know how to write something that's going to compel people to check something out. It takes a while to know how to get the traffic there. And the stuff that I shared in the group is the traffic I've been getting to my blog, and I'm going to share my traffic strategies as well. How I get so many views to my blog as well. So despite the conversions I've had, I'm not a big lead guy. I have been in the past, and now I focus on smaller amounts of leads, but they're very high quality.
Awesome. I'm ready to see this. You guys got any thoughts on this, Samantha, Scott?
I got a pen. Let's do this.
Yeah. All right.
Let's have it, Kay. Let's have it, brother.
I'm just going to take a quick sip of water here.
I love your water jug.
Thank you. By the way, this is my real secret weapon. 4 liters of this a day, and better than blogging. Better than blogging.
Wait, can you get that here, or is that like in the UK?
I don't know. I picked this up in Walmart, so
oh, okay.
got over 2 liters in there, so fill that up twice a day, and you're good to go. One of you is going to have to direct me. I'm just looking. I don't use Hangouts. Screen share. Green.
So there's a green little button on the top left-hand side. You're going to hover over that, and then you can share your entire screen. You're going to have this weird mirror effect that's going to come in, and then you can just simply move that over to the side and bring up your presentation.
Okay. I'm going to be doing it right off my browser. I can do it on that?
Yep.
Let's see. So entire screen. Let's have it.
Sam, are you hiding out from us this evening?
What do you mean?
There you are. I can see you now a little bit.
Okay.
Get over. You're like half in the screen.
You guys,
Is this better?
That's better.
Get back in your chair, Sam. Get back in your chair.
Yeah, okay, all you need to do is just go ahead and move that browser off to the side there and bring up your presentation.
Sorry, move which?
You can minimize that browser that you have right
Browse
there,
this,
or bring up
switch
another one,
tabs.
another tab. Yeah, just bring up a different tab.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do because I'm going to show it right from here. So first I'm going to go over the kind of results that you'll be able to get when you implement what I'm showing you here. So I've got a couple of case studies of blogs that I've done. So I'll give you an example. Here is, let me just close off these unnecessary tabs. And so here is one here, okay? Here is one post I have about network marketing hashtags. And as you can see, you know, my blog looks nice, but it's very simple. So I have this post on network marketing hashtags, okay? And I like to embed videos in pretty much every post. I didn't do it in my older ones, but now I do it in every single one. So here's my post, you know, bunch of comments, and I'll go through those as well. And here is the kind of result you get. So let me just show you again. That was the keyword I was going for, as you can see in bold here, is network marketing hashtags. So that post was done, sorry I'm jumping a bit here, that post was done back in December 29th. So when I search network marketing hashtags, oh, right there. And this is out of 311,000 results. Also, when I come, you noticed I had a video embedded. When I come onto the videos tab, right there, top of the videos with 18,700 results. Okay, so that is one there. And just to show you that these are actually things that people are searching for, I'm going to go into Google's keyword planner. Now, if you don't know what it is, what it does is it shows you the amount of searches that something gets per month. So if I come here and I just check, you know, are people actually looking for network marketing hashtags? And by the way, I'll go back into this as well. This is how I do my keyword research to find things to blog about. Okay, let me see. This isn't going right. Just give me 1 second.
So yeah, just for folks, what Kay's doing is he's just searching for the actual keyword term that he's going to use to create his blog out of. Like, he doesn't just invent these ideas or come up with them. He's actually doing the search and doing the research to make sure that this keyword has traffic before you go ahead and commit an entire blog to that keyword. I really feel like, Kay, that this is kind of an area that has there's a lot of gray in this area of keyword research, and everybody seems to have a different way to do this. So kind of like, what are some of the biggest things that you look for with your keyword research that are like really nailing it for you?
Okay, so when I show you here, you can see that it gets approximately 20 searches a month, which is nothing major, but you know, I was starting out with blogging in December, and it does get consistent searches, right? 30 some month, 20 some month. And when you're starting out, when you go for these ones that have 20, 30 searches a month, you can rank for those a bit higher. So when I'm looking what to blog about, my first thing I do is I don't consider the keyword, right? The first thing I do is I come up with my topic and I create a video. So I come up with the topic, create the video. I like to talk kind of off the cuff. I don't script it. And then I create the blog post around it. So I create the blog post with, you know, either what I've said in the video, or I add some things or remove some things. And then I think about the keyword. So then I think, okay, I was talking about network marketing hashtags. So this one, it was pretty good because that does get searches. But if I was doing something else that doesn't get searches, I'll show you one here. Like this post I did the other day, I was talking about the importance of, you know, just being a human being in network marketing, not trying to be a robot. Must send link, must enroll people. Right? It's so important to be a human being. That's what we get compensated for in this industry. It's funny, the better human you are, the more compensation you get. So I couldn't find anything, a keyword about being human. So I did a generic one, MLM success tips, which that gets a lot of traffic, guys. So I'm not going to really rank for that right away. I may not even rank for that at all, but I figure I'm going to chuck some kind of keyword in it if I'm creating the content anyway. So I went to that, and I'll do that for those kind of things. Also, same here. Like I did one about network marketing, like Facebook groups, and I went through the keywords and I found the keyword, you know, after about 5 minutes of searching, network marketing groups on Facebook. And the way I found that, for example, is if I type in like Facebook network marketing, it's also going to give me some other ideas. So, you know, maybe Facebook network marketing isn't what I want. Doesn't seem bad, has about 30 a month. But it's also going to give me all these other ideas. And there's pages and pages of them, right? So there's nothing related to Facebook here, but you see there's 800 suggestions. So I can go through, and then somehow I stumbled on that keyword, which was, you know, network marketing groups on Facebook. So I used that one. And I'll show you the result this has come up with. So bear in mind, this one was done on February 8th. So this is when I'd figured out my groove on blogging. So now, you know, things look a bit tidier. You know, I've made a pretty cool thumbnail there. Everything's, you know, I'm really finding my groove at this point in the blogging game. So I come up here, and if I search, again, network marketing groups on Facebook, see there's a lot of results there. I don't actually rank on the first page. Let's see if I rank second page. Yeah, so I'll come up on the second page. So, you know, that's not great, not bad. It's still going to move up as other things have been out longer. But let's take a look at the videos. You see, boom, I'm right there. So this is why I love embedding videos into my blogs as well, because I can keyword both. More people do blogs than videos. More people will just write than do videos. So the fact that I'm doing both allows me to, you know, maybe pop up here if I don't pop up there. Or in the case of network marketing hashtags, I came up in both places.
Kay?
Yep.
Are you using the same strategy for your keyword research to rank in YouTube as well? Do you just use the same post, or how do you approach the YouTube side?
So YouTube, I haven't gone through specifically how to rank within YouTube. There are other strategies. So I do use the same ones. I use the same ones about the keyword research. And what I like to do in YouTube, you'll see here. I can show you. You see here I said, are network marketing groups on Facebook a waste of time? Whereas here, I put the keyword at the start for my YouTube video. Network marketing groups on Facebook, are they a big fat waste of time? So I shift the keyword to the beginning. And that's just something I observed from other marketers, not even in our niche, to be honest. I noticed this from YouTubers that were killing it, YouTubers that get millions and millions and millions of views. I noticed that. And, you know, one of these nights, man, you know, when some people can't sleep, they watch Netflix or, you know, stuff like that. Me, I go and I research marketing. I'm a little bit obsessed like that. So I was up and I was on YouTube, and I just happened to search like how to rank on YouTube, and I found somebody, a YouTuber who gets tons of hits, and he gave a bunch of tips. So I didn't implement all of them, but this is one of them that I did implement, which was shifting your keyword to the beginning of the video.
Awesome, that's a good tip.
Yeah, nice. So what I'll do is I'm gonna run through my checklist right now as well. So I'll do this on the screen with you as well. So I've kind of gone off track and I've gone through a bit of it, but so firstly I decide what I want to talk about and do a video on it. Find the keyword on it, And like I said, I go for the low-hanging fruit, all right? I go for the stuff that's going to be easier to rank for right now because there's a lot of top bloggers out there. Doesn't mean you can't rank, but if you try and go up against a keyword that gets so many results that so many people are trying to rank for, and you're brand new, it's going to be difficult. So try going for the ones that not many people or nobody is going after yet. Because Google is going to rank you based on a few things. They're going to rank you based on, your keywords. So like your SEO rather. They're going to rank you based on your engagement. And as you can see here, look, I generate a bunch of comments. I'm going to get into how I get so many comments. And another thing they're going to base you on is backlinks. And I'll get into what that is. Don't worry, it's not a big scary monster. I'll get into exactly what backlinks are. And those are the things. So you want to go for that low-hanging fruit, all right? And like I said, sometimes I go for generic ones like MLM success tips, but I just do that because I couldn't find another keyword to throw in. So you never know. That's kind of like just throwing it in as a bonus. So what I do first, I get the keyword, I put it in the headline. So example here, all right? I put the keyword network marketing hashtags. I put it in the headline. Now, right before I do anything else, I want to see that my headline's good. So there's actually a tool that will check your headlines. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to put it right in this tool here. And this tool, to get to it, just Google Emotional Headline Analyzer. Going to be the top result, this AMI Institute one. And we're going to paste the headline in there. And, this is business, and I press submit. Okay, so this comes out as 25%. Now, ideally, we want to go for 30% or more. And this one I played around with, and I couldn't find too much better. But we want to be going, 25 isn't bad. If I look at this one here, for example, and I've got some with like 60, 70%. But you obviously just want to make sure you're not down very low.
Kay, kind of real quick, kind of tell us a little bit about why you're doing that.
Okay, yeah, good point. Sorry, I kind of jumped ahead. So this website shows what kind of words are going to appeal to people. It shows what kind of words have the most effect, which kind of words are going to make people sit up and take notice. And even though this one didn't really rank too highly, instead of just saying learn about network marketing hashtags, something like beware, network marketing hashtags are killing your business, it's kind of like copywriting for the headline.
Awesome, thanks. That's a really useful tool there. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and you can use that for your email headlines and pretty much anything else you want, video headlines and things as well. So it's, yeah, definitely, that's a good tool to bookmark. And then, yeah, back to the post here. So, I've gone and I've put it in the headline here. I also put it in the URL. Now, I should probably, sorry, there's a lot of screen switching going on here. I did this post back in December, so my blogging wasn't up to speed. So I'll use this one as an example. So I have my keyword here. I headline analyzed it. I put the keyword in the URL as well, because that's a major ranking factor for SEO. If I had MLM success tips, but I had kaysomji.com/pinkhippo, it would be very incongruent, right? Nobody would really know what it is, and Google looks at that and says, well, hey, are you giving MLM success tips or a pink hippo? So,
Pink hippo.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a pink hippo, but yeah, I need to put MLM success tips in the URL for Google to really appreciate the kind of value I'm giving. Next tip, you always want your keyword in the first paragraph of your blog post. Now, this serves two reasons. This is one, for SEO, because you're getting it in the first paragraph. That's good for search engine optimization. Also, when your reader comes to your page, all right, somebody searches MLM success tips, for example. They come here, they see it here, they see it in the headline, and then they also see it in the first paragraph. And they can't miss it because it's bold. That lets the person know, well, yeah, I'm in the right place. This is what I was looking for. So it has those two purposes for doing that. What I also do next is I put it in an H2 heading. So the default heading by standard is in the H1. H1 is just a header tag. When you type your blog post, similar to in Microsoft Word, you'll have the headers. This is just an H2 tag. So it's considered like a subheading. And sometimes I'll change it up. Sometimes I'll put something different. In this case, I just copied it right from here. But I have the keyword in the H2 tag. And that's going to boost your SEO as well.
This is all, just for people who don't know, what Kay's talking about is the settings inside of WordPress. That's correct, right? Like that's like S2 is like, that's just the setting inside of WordPress, isn't it?
All he has to do is unmute by hitting the little mute button at the very top to unmute the microphone.
Kay? You're muted, Kay.
Oh, am I back?
There you are.
All right. How long was I muted for? You didn't miss a lot, did you?
Only 10 seconds.
All right, beautiful. So I'd said there, yeah, so these header tags I'm talking about, they're kind of like, if you use Microsoft Word or you remember using it, you'll have where you click at the top, header 1, header 2, header 3. It's exactly the same inside WordPress. This is header 1, this is header 2, and you also have header 3. So this is like a subheading. So I always like to include a header 2 subheading. It boosts your SEO. So you always want to do that kind of thing. Another thing I do here, so I embed my video. This is for a few reasons. This is for, obviously, you know, some people prefer to watch a video than read. I also have, you see it was keyworded. My video was keyworded with MLM success tips. And this is kind of my thinking here. Google is going to promote YouTube stuff higher. So when they have it in here, Google's going to look at that good. And you know, it also gives me an advantage to put some kind of opt-in right below the video, because what better time to get somebody to take action on finding, you know, when they're attracted to me and my delivery style and my teaching, what better time to get them to opt into something than when they're looking right at me and getting advice from me, and they're just like, wow, Kay shared some great information with me, and look here, I want to check out what he personally uses. So they may go and click right there.
Love that. That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you know, while somebody, kind of like how we say, as soon as somebody's seen information, follow up with them right away. You've heard that, right? So same kind of principle here. Once they've got the information, some people may be thinking and be fired up and say, you know what, I'm ready to get started. Where do I go? And they can't find it. So I like to make it easy peasy, lemon squeezy for people to see exactly where to go. Okay, let me see. So this is the rest of my post. Okay, this is a pretty cool tactic here. So while you're still building your blog up, and even when it is built up, Google is going to reward you for linking to high authority sites. So if you link to a high authority site, it makes your site look better, okay, in the eyes of Google, and they are going to, you know, they're going to give you brownie points. They're going to rank you higher. So an example of an authority site. Let's say you were going to say, to find details on this, look this up on wikipedia.com, and you link that to Wikipedia. The Wikipedia is a high authority site, so that is going to look good in the eyes of Google. So sites like Wikipedia, Amazon, eBay, you know, Facebook, sites that get a lot of traffic and are authoritative. So I like to include an authority site in all of my posts. So obviously I don't want to be giving to like somebody else, but if I'm, you know, giving a click away to Facebook, no one's going to go and join them in their business. So it's fine to give it to them. And sometimes I do it to other posts. So here I said, you know, you want to be human. You don't want to be a cheesy car salesman in network marketing or online marketing. So I Googled cheesy car salesman and I linked to one of the top results that came up, because that's an authority site. You know, it gets a lot of searches. It has a lot of hits. So I linked it to that. So really, just try and link to an authority site. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but if you can, it's going to be pretty cool to throw it in. Let me see here. All right, now I think you guys are really going to like this one. This one's pretty cool. So, guys, have you ever been on, YouTube and you watch a video, and at the end another suggested video comes up? You watch that, and then another, and before you know it, you've been on YouTube for like an hour or 2 hours.
Yeah, it's called a YouTube hole.
Is it?
Yeah, you just fall down in the hole, and before you know it, hours have gone by.
Yeah, it happens, man, and it always tends to happen when you've got stuff to do. But thanks for that terminology. So I guess I was going to call it a spider web, but I guess I've created a blog hole. So I always like to put this stuff here, right? So I have additional resources. So if people like my content, if they don't like it, they're just going to go and click the X and say, I didn't like it. But more often than not, I think people enjoy my content. And so they'll see additional resources. So I usually put 3 different articles here, 3 different blog posts that people can go to. And what's that going to do? That's going to keep them on my site. They're going to go to one of these, boom, they'll see another additional resources where they can see 3 other blog posts. And it's going to keep them on my site, which is good, again, for SEO. But also, you think, let's say somebody's read one of my articles, and then another, and then another, and then another. Do you think that person is going to be even slightly more likely now to come and join me or buy from me, now that they've got 7 pieces of value from me as opposed to 1? So that's really the reason why I want them to see more of my content. Because the more value you can give somebody, the more they're going to want to come and join you, do business with you, or whatever it is, get on your list. And you have to make sure these things are congruent. So here, I was talking about being human in network marketing. So I don't want to talk about something completely incongruent, like, I can't even think, but I don't want to talk about something totally different, like, running or something else. Like, I want to talk about something kind of related to this. So how to use Facebook for network marketing. That's related to, being a human in the industry. Network marketing groups, again, it's related. What to do when people send you their MLM link. Again, it's related because those are the robots I described before. Hello, new friend. Here's my link. Sign up. So.
Hello, like-minded people.
Yeah, like-minded people. That's the one, man. Funny, isn't it? I think we all started out saying that kind of stuff, right? And now, when I hear it, it's it kind of says, somebody's just come into the industry. It's how we all started there, I guess. So.
I love the prefab messages. When I get one of those prefab messages, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're so cute. I always ask the question, like almost every time, how is that message working for you? And it's they'll either get pissed and leave, or they're like, not so good.
Yeah, most people are pretty open and honest about it and say it doesn't work too well, but some people will tell you it works great. So
it's amazing. I'm rich.
Yeah, I've had a few of those as well, man. But so you get how this additional resources builds up value and keeps people in the blog hole, right?
Yep, we get it.
Cool. And then the last thing I do here in my whole post, I put in a capture page. So I did one beneath my video, but I like to always put one more capture page that pertains to the topic. So here we're talking about being human, communication. So here I offer a prospecting training because that is about communication. I don't want to have a blog post about effective communication and then put an Instagram training, because it's kind of incongruent. It's not as likely to get as many clicks. More people are going to want a prospecting training when they've come to check out this article. So yeah, I like to throw in another place for someone to become a lead. Then down here, I just ask for the comment, like, and share. If you don't ask, you don't get. And then I always have a PS line. And the PS line, you know, I sometimes keep it the same. I sometimes switch it up from time to time. And it's basically saying, if you don't have this, click here to get access. So that could be something on Instagram, that could be something on Facebook, that could be like here. If you don't already have a blueprint for generating leads online like clockwork, check this out. Unless you already have too many leads, click here for instant access. And you know, a lot of people go through and click that. So really, that is my that's my blogging procedure right there. I'm going to take you behind the scenes as well. Do you have any questions about that at the moment? What I've just gone through?
I've looked over on the corner there. I don't see any questions from the audience yet. However, if anybody leaves a comment or question on the actual YouTube channel or on the blog, we can go ahead and answer those. So everybody feel free to comment.
Okay, great. Yeah, if it's directly related to what we're doing now, Scott, I'll take the questions. But if it's something different, then yeah, I'll be happy to answer them at the end. And so that was my blogging procedure. You have it right there. That's what I do. That's the like, you know, the on-page SEO stuff, and the rest is just, you know, writing style, like this and this. The rest is just writing style. Okay. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes, man. I'm going to take you back here into my WordPress back office, and just let me know if you see this. Then do you see my WordPress editor?
Yep.
All right, beautiful. So it's the same thing I just showed you. But when I come down here, I have the Yoast SEO plugin. Now, when you do all these things, Yoast is a plugin which is going to basically tell you how good your SEO is. You want all these things to be green. Green means good, right? So if it's red or yellow, it means red means, you know, your SEO is not great for that, and yellow means it's something you might want to work on. Sometimes it's hard to get it all green, but you can. And so these are really the criteria for your SEO here. So ease of reading, amount of words, the focus keyword being in the URL, like I mentioned at the beginning, the amount of times you've used the keyword relative to the total amount of words, so the density, you know, putting the keyword in the meta description, which is right here. You see, I've mentioned it here, MLM success tips. The title length, the keyword being in the first paragraph, the keyword being in the header too. So these are the things that I just gone through, a lot of them, and said, you know, so that justifies why I did those. So I do those in every single one. Now there's also something kind of cool you can do with images that, I'll be honest, most people don't know about. Most people don't know this, most people don't do this. So if people are ranking without doing this, that's cool. But if you do this, you know, you can potentially outrank those people, but if they don't know about these things. So you'll see I have a picture here, okay? Now, if we take a look at that picture, I'm going to go to where my media is, and you can see this is the picture here. Now, the title, I title it the same as the keyword. The alt text, I put that the same as the keyword as well. Now, most people don't know to come and do this. So I make the keyword the same, you know, and I put it in the alt text, and even in the description, I did it again. So you see here it says MLM success tips post image. Now I did the post image on purpose. I don't want Google to think, oh, he's just trying to keyword stuff and put his keyword everywhere. So, you know, this way it looks like it's my file organization, right? It's MLM success tips post image. It's just the way that I, you know, organize my stuff. So it doesn't look like I'm trying to just keyword stuff, which, you know, I'm trying to get my keyword in there. I'm not overly stuffing. Otherwise, I would have done it in the article itself. But you know, it's just another way that I can put that in on the alt text description. So that's a really key one to be chucking in. It works out well as well. So, and I know I've heard from a lot of people. I've learned from people to do this. And these are some top bloggers, and they don't really put those tips out there. So I'm glad I was able to bring that to you here, and I hope some of you are going to take that into consideration. And let me just see if there's anything else here. Yoast, the image, you know, tags. Okay, so you put your thing in a category. I put this under mindset and network marketing. and then tags. So what I do is I go on Google, I search, my keyword, and I found these are all the related tags. These are the related searches. So if I come over to Google, I'll show you quickly what I mean. You do your search, and you come all the way down, and you'll see these things here. These are other related searches. So the people who search for MLM success tips are also searching for these things. Now, some of them will get decent amount of monthly searches, some not. But I like to put them in my article anyway. So I come here, and I don't put all of them. I put the ones that make the most sense in my article. I don't want to stuff something in that's going to look very out of place. But I'll put things like this: secrets, tips, video, network marketing, things that I can work into my blog post, and then I write those words. I use those words in the blog post at least once. I aim for twice, but I don't want to make it weird to read. So if it goes in once, it goes in once. That's cool. And I always put my my keyword, the original keyword, as a tag as well. So I think that covers my blogging process here on the what I do to do my posts, get them to rank, and everything like that. Was that helpful?
That's awesome. Hey, Kay, we got a question.
Yeah.
The blog post itself, if you want to go back and switch over to your edited screen on there where you can actually show your actual edit post.
This one here?
Yes, and if you scroll down toward the bottom, you'll see where it says additional resources. Jose wants to know if those additional resources are a plugin or if you input those manually.
Great question, Jose. So yeah, I've put these in manually. So this additional resources, if you'd seen one before, there is one called related posts that you can put below your actual blog post. This one I've got here is I've just typed in. I've used additional resources. I've typed it. I've put it in the header 3. Just something I do. I don't like it to be heading 2. I want people to know that it's not as important as the heading 2. But yeah, I put additional resources. I just type it in, and then I type these in, and I use this button here to link it to this post, to link it to this post, to link it to this post. So yeah, I do those manually. But great question.
Great. Keep going.
All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing the screen right now. I'm gonna come back to you guys, and am I back? Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that was my whole that was my whole blogging process there. Now there's some other things I do as well. In the sake of time, I can either I'm ready to rock, man, but guys, I'm here to rock. But so the other things I wanted to go through was how I get my blog post out there, how I generate backlinks, and then of course I had to share with you my strategies on how I'm getting people to see the presentations every day. So let me know if we're good to go for the whole thing, or kind of what you want me to pick.
Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, if you want to go ahead and show us a little bit behind, we got no problem with that. We can go for a little bit longer, no problem.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, because yeah, you've got all the blogging secrets there, and now this is really how I'm getting all these, engagement, because engagement and backlinks, like I said, you can have the world's greatest blog post, but if you're not getting engagement on it and backlinks, for the most part, Google is not going to see it as an authoritative piece of content, and they're not going to rank you highly, quite frankly. So the first thing I do, and you should all be emailing your list every day, I email my list with the link to the blog post I just created. And that generates a backlink there, and it also gets people to start clicking on my blog post. It gets me traffic right away, and it's also going to generate some some comments, so that's going to be good as well. So it starts getting that engagement and starts getting different people to view it from different IP addresses. So not going to go technical, don't worry, but it's it's a good way for different people to start looking at it.
Shay,
Google.
can I ask a question real quick about that?
Yes, sir.
When you post that to social media, does that increase your ranking visibility? Like if you were to post your blog on Facebook or onto like any of the social media platforms?
Yeah, good question. When you post it on a social media platform or anywhere, what it does is it generates a backlink. So the backlink is just saying to Google, oh, look, this is linking back to his site. It must be a good piece of content. So, just posting it once or twice is probably not going to do much in the overall scheme of things, but it's a good habit to get into because you will build up your backlinks over time, and especially if they get shares and comments on them, it looks good. So, yeah, it does in essence improve your ranking in Google's eyes. Yeah.
Thank you. I just wasn't clear on that. If that actually had an effect on your ranking ability.
Yeah, it does. It's not something you're going to see overnight. So some people go around posting in groups and say, "Well, hey, my post didn't rank higher." I'm like, "Well, it's not an overnight thing." Sometimes I've seen my blog post ranking on page 3 of Google. I check it about 4 to 6 weeks later, and boom, I'm on page 1. It's time's a pretty cool thing in this blogging game, right? So the next thing I do, so I email it to my list. I said I then go into a syndication group. Now, if you guys want, I can pull this up on the screen. Do you know what syndication groups are?
Yeah, I think we do. Just give us a brief description of that, in case if somebody's on here that's not used a syndication group before.
Okay, so a syndication group basically means, we're all going to help each other out. So there's a blogging syndication group that I use. I use a few, but there's one specifically. If any of you are inside of MLSP or when you take your test drive, you can get access to a blogging syndication group, which is specifically for MLSP members. And what this does is say, I'll go in and post my blog post, and then I go and, other people have posted theirs, and I go in and I will comment and share 5 other people's blog posts. And then I'm done. Then the next person, so for example, Miguel might come into the group, he will post his blog post, he will comment and share 5 other people's. One of those might be mine. So, I'm getting a bunch of comments and shares, and I'm also doing it for other people. So everybody in that scenario, we all get comments, we all get shares, and that serves for, having engagement in Google's eyes, having more clicks to the post, which more people are checking out. And thirdly, it makes your blog not look like a ghost town, right? Have you ever been to a blog and you've got all this great info and there's no comments, and you think, hey, what's wrong with that post? Why does nobody like it? Now, since I do this syndication, I get posts. I mean, I get comments, don't get me wrong, but I want comments straight away because it's easier for somebody to leave a comment when they see a few more. If they don't see a comment, people are like, I don't want to be the first one, as if something's going to happen to them. But when they see there's 4 or 5 other comments, people want to go with the flow, and then you start getting more comments. And some of my posts have 20, 30, 40 comments on them. It's, it blows up big, and it starts with that syndication group. So that's the best way to get your blog posts rocking from the start.
Hey, Kay.
Yeah.
I use only Wire and Social Monkey. Which are. Let me go ahead and just mute this out. All right, there we go. I use only Wire and Social Monkey, which basically allows you to go ahead and post to like 50 social media sites, which gives the backlinks. I get results with that. Now, do you use or recommend using any one of those services, like Only Wire or Social Monkey or Link Love or any one of those?
Yeah, so those are some good services. My way of doing things is I do one thing, I use it for a bit, I get results with it, and then I go on to something else. So I've actually looked at Only Wire and Link Love, Scott. I haven't got around to using them yet because I'm so rock solid on this blogging DMO I have here. But I do use Social Monkey. I use Social Monkey, and for people who are unfamiliar with that, it's a service. You log in, and for depending on which which subscription you have, you can share to a different amount of sites and get a different amount of backlinks. So yeah, I use that one with all my posts, and I think that gets me some decent results as well. I've directly seen some of my traffic come from those Social Monkey backlinks, so I know they are doing some stuff right. But yeah, OnlyWire and Linklove are two I'm going to be looking into, so thanks for bringing that up and reminding me. That was actually next on my sheet was Social Monkey, so you got me right there. And the very last thing, and this is, before you're ranking in the search engines, you're not a top blogger yet, you're not getting hundreds of hits to your site a day. What do, right? You still want to be leveraging your blog. You have to remember, you have a blog. Most of your prospects do not. You're the authority, right? They see you. You and I could say the exact same thing, but if you don't have a blog and I do, it makes me look way better. I look like the authority, right? So I go and I talk to people. Like, I'm messaging people on Facebook. I chat to them every day. I determine their needs, where they're struggling. And if somebody says, I'm having trouble, like, how we were talking about, how does that message work out for you? I have a blog post around that whole topic. Or I have a blog post around, you saw Facebook marketing, network marketing groups on Facebook. So if I say to somebody, well, man, I see you posting a lot in the groups. How is that working out for you? And they'll mostly say, it's not, man, it sucks. I get no leads. I'm making no money. And then I can say, man, sorry to hear that. I struggled in the groups too, but I figured out how to make them work for me. And I've actually written an article on how other people can do that too. Would you be interested, or would you be open to checking it out? Who's going to say no to that? So,
not many.
You should say yes.
Beautiful strategy.
Yeah. And, at the beginning, you need to do that direct prospecting, right? So I'll say to them, okay, here you go. They go check out the thing. They go there. They see my face. They see the additional posts. They see my videos. And, it's given them more of an insight into who I am. And it's blown them away with value. I make sure my posts are full of value. And it's also shown them that, whoa, this guy that I just came across in a group, this Kay guy, he means business. He's actually doing the thing. He's not just telling me that he's doing it. He's actually doing it. They see through my blogs. They see it's not like, oh, a blog I've just set up and done one post back in like August and then another one in January. They see I'm really about it. I'm really doing the thing. So that's how you can really leverage and get authority in your prospects' eyes. And that's how I say I can talk to less people. I can have less leads, but my conversions are often better because of strategies like that. And the last thing is I do share them into groups. There's hit and miss. Some people say it's good. Some people say it's a waste of time. It's something that it's very low maintenance for me. I share it into a bunch of groups after I publish it, and then maybe in the evening again, because I usually blog in the morning, and then in the evening again I'll share it into another bunch of groups. If people see it, they see it. It gets me some clicks, it gets me some leads here and there, it gets me some likes to my fan page because I share it from my fan page into the group. It's just a bonus strategy, right? And like you said before, it generates those backlinks. And when people see you in the groups, again, Kay's posting another post, another post, another post, another post. Let me check what the hell this guy's doing, and they go and click, and then, yeah, they fall in the blog hole, man. And then, because it's cool, in the back of your WordPress, you can see where people have clicked. You can see the posts they've gone on, and there'd be a post I did back in November, and it's getting like 5 views a day, and I'm like, man, I haven't promoted that. It's coming from the blog hole, I guess.
That's a great tip. I love that tip, Kay. The blog hole, it's officially the blog hole strategy. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, thanks for the terminology. I was just calling it a spider web, and I was like, no, there's got to be something better than spider web. But yeah, blog hole, that's the one. So
come to my blog hole webinar.
I'll start pulling people into the blog hole more and more, man. But yeah, that's my blogging strategy, man. I'm tapped out. That's me. That's you got everything there. You got everything.
Kay, the 3 to 5 presentations, where do you get those? Are those just people visiting your blog?
No. So the ones from the blog, I don't actively count those because even though I pull in good numbers from my blog, right, I'm still, I started in November or sorry, September, whenever it was. I only started really getting my foot in and knowing what I was doing and being able to bang it out and knowing exactly what I want to do with SEO and everything around February, March. So I'm still, only a few months in. So I don't really count on the search engine traffic and that yet. So I get some, but my thing is, I'm going to go out and I'm going to actively prospect. So I add 10 people a day on Facebook and I connect with them. But in addition to connecting with those 10, I start 20 Facebook chats every single day. So people I already have on my Facebook, people I might have had for months and months, I'll say to them, hey, how's it going? Hey, I noticed you posted a video, really good value. How long have you been doing them? Or, I just saw a girl the other day. She was wearing something like electric blue jeans. I just messaged her like, yo, those trousers look killer. I love them. Just start a conversation there. It's, I'm not trying to close anybody, man. I'm just trying to build up the relationship. And it's very easy then because we're all in the same niche. We're all in the same industry. I can say to them, so, by the way, last time we were talking, you're in this company. How's it going for you right now? Oh, it's either good or it's bad. It's good. That's great. What are you working on? What kind of marketing strategies are you currently using? Oh, you're using Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram? That's cool. Which one's working out best for you? And sometime along the line, they'll tell me one which isn't working so great, or they'll say, business isn't that great. Oh, that's sorry to hear. Where are you struggling? Be that consultant. Be there to actually give a damn about somebody, right? Be there to help somebody. Don't just look at them as a big dollar sign or, I actually want to connect with people, man. Call me crazy, but some of these Facebook people, man, they've become good friends of mine. I've found some people locally, even we've met up, we've had a beer, and we're friends now. I was actually with a friend today, like who's a network marketer. We just came across each other because of the industry. And when you lead like that, people will tell you what they're looking for, and then I can say, okay, well, you were looking for help on Facebook. I have a great resource that can teach you how to run the ads you were looking to run. And it was done by one of my good friends and mentors who's been able to create 6 figures, 7 figures from home. Would you like to check it out? It's completely free. And then I send them whichever capture page or the mastery link or, even my primary cut, whichever it is, all right? I send them some resource that pertains to what they wanted. And then I even say to them, cool, they'll usually say thank you because we've been talking a bit before that. And I'll say, cool, let me know how it helps you out. I will check in with you later, or I'll check in with you tomorrow to see how you liked it. Okay? So they've got the information and they know that I'm going to check in with them. I've told them. So, and sometimes I'll do the thing about, when do you think you'll get a chance to look at it? I'm not very scripted though, so sometimes I'll say that, sometimes I'll say the other. Sometimes I'll even just say, enjoy, chat soon. I just kind of go with the flow on that, but I make sure if you carry on the conversation, 3 to 5 people a day will ask you for your help. They will. If you position yourself like that, people will ask you for your help, and especially when you're going and you're asking, what can I help you out with? Where are you struggling? Oh, you struggle with videos? Which bit is it? Is it the making the videos? Is it what to say? Is it the call to action? So, I give out 3 to 5 pieces of content, capture pages, and I set follow-ups. And I write those follow-ups down, man, in my little handy-dandy book. I write it down so I know tomorrow, follow up with Thomas. He watched this presentation. So you'll get your 3 to 5 a day, trust me, if you have 20 conversations or, if you don't, just work on those skills. I didn't do that right away. I work on that now and I get that. I get people asking me, I send them. And yeah, so you can't force people to look at them, obviously, but you can say to them, look, yeah, I'll check in with you tomorrow. Let me know how you like it.
Easy peasy.
That's how I get it. Yeah. Love it. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I used to struggle with that. And then the next part is then the follow-up and closing them. Do you want to know that, or are you okay with just how I get the 3 to 5 presentations out?
Closing.
Yeah.
Closing. quick closing. Everybody wants to
figured.
know about closing. I want to know about closing. I love closing.
So, you know, I'm sure when you started your network marketing companies, or if any of you have done sales before, they tell you assume the sale, right? So in my network marketing company, I was told, you know, when giving a presentation, if everything looks good to the prospect and they say, you know, this looks good, what did you like best? And they're giving you yes to everything. You say to them, you know, which option did you want to go with, number 1, 2, or 3? Or, you know, sometimes extend your hand and say, you know, welcome to the team, give them a handshake. But when we come into online marketing, we get so caught up in creating content and not being pushy that sometimes we become underput. You know what I'm trying to say? We don't be assertive enough. So if somebody watches a presentation and I say to them, well, how did that help you out? What did you like best about it? And somebody says, wow, you know, how I can generate leads, and I'm really intrigued how I can make money off the people who say no. And, you know, they give me an enthusiastic response. I say to them, you know, I'll say to them straight up, sounds like you're ready to get started. Did you have any questions before we sign you up? And I go with that. And, you know, I handle objections from there. But you will find people who say, yeah, cool, let's go, let's run. And especially when they've just told you that they love everything. Yes, I love this. Yes, I love this. Yes, I love that. Yes, I want to make more money. Yes, I want to get more leads. But no, I don't want to join. You know, it becomes hard for them to say no at that point. They've seen what's possible. Like I said, how I put my link below my video on my blog post. They've just seen the video. They're fired up. They really want to make things happen. And then you say, you know what? Sounds great. Sounds like you're ready to get started. I'll introduce you to the group. Do you have a picture you can send me? And I'll also send you my private bonus trainings that's going to help you get off to a great start and get you rocking right away. Welcome to the team.
Love it. I love the passion, man. I love the passion you're bringing here. That's awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit passionate, man. I want to go and bring some people in right now, but because I think, man, if we've got a tool that, you know, can help people and you don't offer it to somebody, man, you're doing them a massive disservice. And I've seen this because I had somebody who didn't join me initially and then joined just recently. And if I had been just a little bit more assertive, you know, she would have joined before and probably been rocking out some good results now. Now she's loving the community. But, no, I think, you know, I would have done her a bit more of a service if I would have really, like, not been pushy, but said to her, look, I think this is for you for all the reasons you've said. And I will tell people, you probably heard Ed Zimbardi's line. I'll tell them, look, mate, this is, you probably spent more on lunch than this. Depending on where they are, I'll tell them, you spent more on lunch than this. If you don't like it, email support and get your $10 back, man. If you can't put $10 in that you can get back, sorry, you know, you're not an entrepreneur. And some people, I will tell them that straight up, depending on the vibe. You know, if somebody genuinely has more questions and concerns, I'll handle those objections, I'll answer those questions. But if somebody's just beating around the bush, man, I'm going to tell them straight, look, are you an entrepreneur or not? Because if you do this, you know, you might as well just go and stay at your job. Like, quite frankly, you don't need these tools to succeed. But if you're looking at them and you love them, you're looking at them because you need them. You're not looking at MLSP because, oh, I only make 7 figures a year, man. I need more leads. You're looking at it because you need help, right? So if you need help and you're not willing to spend that $10, I'll even tell them stuff like, you know, you're going to open a pizza shop and buy the oven after you've got the customers come in asking for pizza, because that's exactly what you're doing. And like, again, man, you can't just say that to everybody. You've got to calibrate. You've got to see who you can say that with. You don't want to say that to the wrong person. But, you know, even if you do say it to the wrong person, it shows you mean business. And when you push people like that, man, I don't know about you guys, but when somebody challenges me, it fires me up, right? So if somebody tells me, look, man, $10, you're not going to invest that, come on. I'll do it, man. I'll do it. So I can see that's what people need to hear sometimes.
This is all pushed onto the telephone, right? Like you're having these conversations over the phone or over chat or some way? Like,
yeah, I like to use the phone, but what I do if I've got someone on Facebook and we're very comfortable talking on Facebook, I don't need to make it awkward by taking it off. Sometimes I'll say, we'll schedule a phone call, sometimes schedule a Facebook call. What I love, man, I love the little, the little voice feature here. I love it because, even though people have seen my videos and that, we've been typing, but when they can then hear me and then they're inclined to send a voice message back, you can get that intonation in your voice, you can get the passion out there, you can get so many different emotions across. And it really helps, it really helps make things a bit more personal. People know that you're not just copying and pasting something, man. You're actually communicating with them. And that's what people want. They want that genuine human interaction, man. So, yeah, I love the voice feature. I think they've just added a video feature you can do in the messages. I'll sometimes, take it onto WhatsApp or depending on what they want to do, Sometimes if it's a bit longer, I'll say, my fingers hurt. Let's get on the phone. Are you free right now? It'll take 5 minutes. So
love it. I'm sure Sam and Scott are going to grill you here in a minute. You better get ready.
Oh yeah, I know Scott's got some good ones coming. I know.
I know he does. He's being all quiet and nice. He's all looking all dapper tonight. He's ready. He's gonna fire something at you. What do you got, Sam, Scott, guys?
Go ahead, Sam. Kill it. You've been too quiet tonight.
You know what? You shared so much great info. By the way, first of all, thank you. And I don't even know if you heard me say hi because I lost signal or my computer very beginning. So hi.
Hey, Sam, I missed you. I haven't seen you.
I know. But no, you shared so much that honestly, I think you covered everything plus some. So I don't even know what to ask or what to say because that was a lot of information.
Well, I'm glad you got some value there.
I did a lot. A lot. Well, actually, I did have one question. You said that you do your blogging in the morning. About how long does that whole process, I guess, take you?
Okay, so the blogging process, what I do is I don't focus too much on the writing. My main thing is the video. Like, people think I'm a blogger, right? I'm more of a video marketer. I have the blog as a tool for people to be able to find the video and find basically what I've said in the video. I can transcribe it. So it's a way that it's just another way to put content out. I can repurpose my content because I think video is the best way to, communicate with somebody. You can pretty much reach out and touch people, and not in that way, but connect with people through video, right? So, record a video, and if you've seen my videos, I'm very teenage selfie style. I just pull out the video, I walk down the street like this, get some funny all the time. No script. I just say stuff, and then I come up and I just type out what I say. I edit it for, if I want to include some things or some things don't translate well into text. But for the most part, I just play my video, I type along, change it up a bit, and then I put my headings, put my keywords, and things like that. So the whole blogging process, I'd say, takes me between 45 minutes to an hour to have the whole blog post ready and published. And what I'm getting in the habit of doing now is I'm getting in the habit of doing it from the night before and then publishing it in the morning. Because right now, I have to get up. I like to go to the gym when I wake up, so I have to get up super early to do that, especially because most of the internet marketing world seems to run on Eastern time. So if I email something out at 10, it's midday Eastern time and later in the UK and wherever else. So I want to start doing mine at night, like the day before rather, and then the next morning send that email out maybe around 6:30 my time. So it's 8:30 Eastern. Boom, that's nice and early for people checking on their way to work or while they're sitting at their desks. 6:30 Eastern will be 1:30 p.m. in the UK. It's nice to catch them at that time as well. So yeah, but sorry, to answer your question, it's about 45 minutes to an hour for the process.
Okay. So then after that, like after that, it's more of like the syndication and your prospecting on Facebook and all of that stuff.
Yeah, and I'll quickly run over it, but if you're interested, if you check on my blog, I just posted my full DMO. It's a full 20-minute training on what I do step by step each and every day. So feel free to check that out. And yeah, so I do my blog post. Then the syndication, Social Monkey takes 5 minutes. Posting in groups takes about 10 minutes. Putting it on my personal page and fan page. You know, I don't really post a blog post to my personal page. I post a video. Seems to engage more people. You know, it allows them to stay on Facebook instead of going somewhere else. And then, yeah, so the syndication and sharing, let me see if there's anything else that takes time, but it's all, you know, the syndication takes about, I use 2 or 3 syndication groups, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, about half an hour for all that kind of stuff. And I don't have to do syndication right away. If I feel like doing something, I can do it at lunch or in the evening, you know. But yeah, maybe 15 to 30 minutes for all that.
Cool.
Hey, Kay, do you ever go ahead and post your videos on Facebook and then put a link to your blog? Do you ever post them in any Facebook groups, your videos?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I post my video, and then I put a little bit of text underneath. So if I'm talking about this example of being human, right, I would say, you know, are you a human or a robot? Most network marketers seem so pre-programmed. They just seem to want to sign everyone up and send copy and pasted messages, so obvious, blah, 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 maybe 2, 3 more lines. And I'll put my video and I'll say, you know, check out the full post here, and I'll put the link. Because some people like to read, some people like to watch. Some people want to go there for more in-depth, some people want to get into the blog hole. Who knows, right? So, and I get some good clicks from that because I noticed, I just posted one on my Facebook yesterday, and I was doing it for this sole purpose of trying it out. I did a blog post that I had put up maybe 3 months ago, and it's not SEO'd very well because I was still in the learning phases. I need to go back and do that. And it got 9 clicks yesterday. And the only place I posted it was Facebook. And the SEO is terrible on it, so it's not getting found in Google. So I know I only got 3 likes on it, though, so people are just don't want to like. They just want to click through to the post. But, you know, that's fine by me. And, yeah, it's definitely a good strategy to do that as well.
That really is very, very, very effective. I've, like, just as a little add-on, I've been doing just very quick, just 1-minute Instagram videos because they exist now, which is amazing to get 1 whole minute on Instagram to talk to people. I love it. I just release those posts. It's the exact same phenomena that you're talking about. I'm getting traffic to my blog off of a 1-minute Facebook video, but like, yeah, it's just 1 minute. They're just clicking through. The post itself is getting very little activity, like 3, 4 likes, maybe 1 or 2, you know. But the blog is actually getting traffic from Facebook because of that. Because people, they're watching the video, they're not really liking, but they're clicking through. So it's really useful. Love that.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works out. And I'll share one other tip as well. I don't know if you do this, but when I share my video to a Facebook group or even my page, after a couple of lines of text, you know, it goes into ... read more. You've got to click or press. I don't want people to have to go there to see the link. So I'll put my video, and then I might say, check out the full post, and then put the link, and then go into the spiel about the stuff, because I want that link visible. I don't want people to have to go and click to expand to see the link. I want them to be able to go to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Sam, Scott, are we satisfied?
Yeah, I got like 2.5 pages.
Oh my gosh,
so I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now we clap. Yay!
Thank you.
Well done, Kay. Kay, thank you so much for joining us this evening, man. This was phenomenal. I got some great tips on blogging, like the whole blog hole thing, that's like blowing my mind. I'm like, why haven't I been doing that? That's a great idea. So there's that. Yeah, just some really valuable stuff. Did Scott, Sam, you guys got anything before we jump off, before we cut Kay loose here?
I just got to say to anybody that's watching this, if you got value out of this and you want to see what this community is really all about, go ahead and click on the link somewhere on this page to this video. Above it, below it, to the left, to the right, and take your $10 test drive. It's $10. Check it out.
Absolutely.
That's what I got.
The entire, and I will call attention to this, the entire blog that Kay built and is using is actually, it's a part of his monthly My Lead System Pro membership. He didn't pay any extra to get it. If you guys didn't catch it, he mentioned at the very beginning, he had a blog before My Lead System Pro introduced Sites, their own blogging platform. He now uses only Sites, which is a piece and a part of his membership that he currently has, for the same price. This is amazing, amazing value. I think there was a post about it in our community, in our group, just evaluating and just basically scolding the members just for undervaluing the things that we already have in this community, that you can just crush it online using these tools, using these strategies. Everything is there for you. All you have to do is commit. Start today. Grab that link wherever it is. It's down below if you're watching this anywhere on YouTube, Google+, a blog, wherever. Grab that link. All right, guys, I think we're satisfied and we're good for this evening. So everybody who's watching, thank you so much for watching, and we will be back next week. Talk to you all later. Bye for now.
I want to thank all you guys for having me on. It's been a good day, and yeah, it was good. You guys are the real deal, and I hope to be back soon and see you guys at Live the Dream.
I'm excited. It's going to be a bit more comfortable this year.
Oh yeah.
I think we got a pool this year, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right, Scott?
We've got our own private one. Wow.
That's right. Like, we got our own private pool with our. Yeah, we should have a butler. I think we'd hire a butler.
L5, baby. L5.
All right. Good night, folks. This is Miguel Fuentes. This is the My Lead System Pro, My Dream Team. Have a good evening. Hang out for a second, Kay.